Do you ever feel like life is happening to you, not for you? Like no matter how hard you try, the world just keeps throwing challenges your way? What if I told you that the reality you're living right now is entirely shaped by you? Not just your actions, but your thoughts, your beliefs, and your perceptions? The truth is, you are the dreamer and the creator of your world. Everything you see around you, every person you meet, and every opportunity you encounter is a reflection of your inner world. So what does that tell you about your power to change it all? If you're ready to stop being a passive observer and start becoming the true creator of your reality, then you're in the right place. It's time to stop waiting for things to change and begin shaping your life with the limitless power of your mind. Ready to bend reality to your will? Let's dive in. 1. Understanding the power of perception. Perception is the lens through which we view the world. Every experience, every situation is colored by how we perceive it. Think about it. When we see life through the filter of negativity, we create a reality that reflects that negativity. On the other hand, when we choose to perceive the world as abundant and full of opportunities, our reality shifts to match that perception. This isn't some abstract idea, it's a practical truth that can be harnessed for profound transformation. Start by noticing your reactions to everyday situations. Do you see obstacles, or do you see challenges that can be turned into opportunities? Your perception is the key to the life you experience, and with the right mindset, you can start changing it right now. It's all about shifting how you see yourself and the world around you. So what's your perception telling you about your reality? The power of perception goes beyond just how we view the external world. It directly influences how we experience ourselves. If you see yourself as capable, empowered, and worthy, that belief will shape the opportunities that come your way. On the flip side, if you constantly see yourself as a victim of circumstance, then that's what you'll attract. The difference between a successful person and someone who feels stuck isn't necessarily in their external circumstances. It's in how they perceive those circumstances. Take, for instance, someone who has faced failure but sees it as a lesson rather than a setback. That perception allows them to bounce back stronger, while someone who sees failure as a confirmation of their worthlessness might remain stuck. It's all about perspective. What's your perspective telling you right now about the world and your potential in it? Changing your perception is like flipping a switch, but it requires practice. Start with small shifts. When faced with a challenge, pause and ask yourself, what if this situation holds an opportunity? You'll be surprised by how often your perception can alter the course of your reality in real time. Imagine going to work every day with the belief that you are there to make a difference, not just to survive. That belief alone will change the way you interact with others, approach your tasks, and feel about your day. And the more you practice, the more this mindset will become second nature. It's a conscious decision to choose a new lens, one that empowers you rather than limits you. Over time, this shift in perception will create a new reality, one that reflects your true potential. Finally, once you understand the power of perception, you realize that it's all connected. How you perceive the world, yourself, and your circumstances impacts the choices you make, which in turn shape your experiences. So, when things aren't going the way you want, consider taking a step back. Ask yourself, how am I perceiving this situation? And then adjust your perception accordingly. The more you can do this, the more you'll realize that you're not just a passive observer of life, you're a creator of it. And as you begin to master this art of perception, you'll notice that life begins to bend in your favor. But of course, this is just the beginning. Once you see the power of perception, you'll start to realize there's another universal law at play that shapes your reality even more directly. 2. The law of reflection. The world outside you is nothing but a mirror reflecting your inner state. This is a powerful law that governs everything you experience. What you think, feel, and believe shows up in the world around you. It's like standing in front of a mirror. If you smile, the reflection smiles back, but if you frown, the reflection frowns too. In the same way, the quality of your inner world, your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, determines the quality of your external world. Have you ever noticed how when you're in a good mood, everything seems to go your way? On the flip side, when you're in a bad mood, things seem to go wrong. This is the law of reflection at work, and understanding it is the key to mastering your reality. If you want to change what you experience in life, you must first change what's going on inside of you. Let's say you want more love, connection, or support in your life. The first step isn't to wait for others to change, it's to change how you see yourself. If you're constantly holding on to the belief that you're unworthy of love, the universe will reflect that back to you. But when you change your inner dialogue and believe you are deserving of love, you'll start to attract more of it into your life. The people and experiences around you will mirror your self-perception. The law of reflection shows us that we don't need to chase after external things. We need to start with the internal changes, and the outside world will follow. It's also important to understand that the reflections you see in others are often mirrors of your own unresolved thoughts or emotions. For example, if you're constantly judging others for their actions, it's a reflection of something within you that you might not like about yourself. Instead of blaming others for your problems, look within. Ask yourself, what part of me is being reflected back here? This doesn't mean you should accept toxic behavior, but it does mean you should take responsibility for how you allow others to affect you. When you understand the law of reflection, you begin to see the world not as a place of random events, but as a perfect mirror, showing you where you need to grow and heal. The beauty of the law of reflection is that it empowers you to take control of your life. The next time you're facing challenges, ask yourself, what is this situation showing me about my inner state? Maybe it's a call to improve your self-worth. Maybe it's a sign that you need to change your perspective. No matter what, the answer is always inside you. And when you change what's within, the world will change accordingly. You'll start to see the reflection of a more empowered, aligned version of yourself. And as you understand this more deeply, you'll begin to realize that your role as a creator goes beyond perception. It's about taking conscious control over the energy you emit, knowing that the world will always reflect it back to you. But how do you take that next step in actively creating your desired reality? Well, that's where you'll discover your role as both the dreamer and the creator. 3. You are the dreamer and creator. You are not a passive observer in this world. You are the dreamer, the creator, the architect of your reality. It may sound radical, but the truth is, your thoughts and emotions shape the world you experience. The idea that you're just a product of your circumstances is a myth. You are the one who decides, moment by moment, how your life unfolds. Imagine for a second that your mind is like a canvas, and your thoughts and emotions are the brushstrokes. Every decision, every belief you hold is a stroke that adds color and shape to the masterpiece of your life. You are the artist of your own destiny, and the beauty of this power is that you can reshape your life at any time. Think about how powerful it is to realize that you hold the pen to your story. In the past, you may have felt like life was happening to you, but now you know better. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, is actively creating your future. You want to attract abundance. Begin by shifting your thoughts to focus on the possibilities rather than limitations. You want more peace. Shift your focus to gratitude and inner calm. Your internal world, the thoughts you nurture, are what guide your external reality. It's not about waiting for the perfect circumstances to manifest. It's about creating those circumstances from within. And with practice, you'll see how everything begins to bend in your favor. Now, let's get practical. The next time you feel stuck, ask yourself, what am I creating with my thoughts right now? If your answer is negative, take a moment to pause, breathe, and then actively shift your thoughts towards something positive. This isn't about ignoring the reality around you. It's about remembering that you have the power to direct your focus. Try it for a day. Actively choose your thoughts. The more you do this, the more you'll notice how quickly the energy around you shifts. The world doesn't control you. You control how you respond to it, and that response is where your power lies. As you continue to embrace your role as both the dreamer and the creator, you'll find that life starts aligning with your desires more and more. The more consciously you direct your thoughts, the more your reality begins to bend. It's like setting the sail on a ship. You may not control the wind, but you control the direction in which you go. So the real question is, are you setting your sail toward your dreams or just drifting along? Understanding that you are the creator opens up endless possibilities, but it's only the beginning. There's another layer to this process. How do you create with your mind? That's where we'll dive next. 4. The mind as a creator of reality. The mind is where the magic happens. It is the engine that drives the creation of your reality. Whether you realize it or not, your mind is constantly at work, shaping the life you live based on the thoughts and beliefs you hold. Your thoughts are not just random. They are the blueprint from which your experiences are built. Think about it this way. If you want to build a house, you start with a plan. Similarly, the mind creates a plan for the life you want to build, and each thought acts as a brick. The more conscious you become of your thoughts, the more control you gain over the life you create. The key here is awareness. You must become aware of the thoughts you are constantly thinking because they are the seeds for your future experiences. But here's the kicker. Most people go through life without realizing that they are creating their reality with every thought. They let negative thoughts and doubts rule their mind, and as a result, their life reflects those limiting beliefs. If you believe you're not good enough, the world will reflect that back to you in the form of missed opportunities or failed attempts. But when you consciously choose empowering thoughts, you set in motion the creation of a reality that aligns with your desires. Your mind is a tool. Use it wisely. Start by paying attention to your internal dialogue. Are you thinking thoughts of possibility, or are you focusing on problems? The more intentional you become with your thoughts, the more intentional your reality will become. A powerful practice to develop is visualization. Imagine yourself living the life you want. Visualize every detail, from how you feel to the specific things you're doing. This mental rehearsal sends a powerful signal to the universe, one that aligns your mind with your desires. The more vivid and frequent your visualizations, the stronger your reality becomes. But don't just stop at visualizing. Combine that with positive affirmations. Speak life into your dreams. The combination of visualizing your ideal reality and affirming it with confidence is a potent force. With each affirmation, you are reinforcing the beliefs that align with the life you want to create. Your mind is a powerful creator, and with the right tools, you can create your desired reality with ease. As you begin to master the art of conscious thinking, you'll notice how quickly your life shifts. You're no longer at the mercy of your circumstances. You're the one calling the shots. The mind is the starting point for all creation, and once you take control of it, you'll begin to see your reality transform. But how do you make sure your thoughts remain aligned with your desires? That's where the next piece of the puzzle comes in, understanding the role of self-perception in shaping the life you want. So, let's explore how your self-view influences the reality you create. 5. The role of self-perception in shaping life. How you perceive yourself has a direct impact on the life you create. Your self-perception shapes everything: your actions, your confidence, and how others perceive you. If you see yourself as someone who is capable and worthy, the world will respond accordingly. You'll find doors opening, opportunities presenting themselves, and relationships that support your growth. On the flip side, if you believe you're not good enough or that success is for others, not you, that belief will become your reality. Your self-perception is like a lens through which you experience the world. The clearer and more empowering that lens is, the more you will see the opportunities that surround you. Your self-image is the foundation upon which your reality is built. But how do you change your self-perception if it's not where you want it to be? The first step is awareness. Notice the stories you tell yourself. Are they empowering or limiting? Most people have internal narratives that hold them back. These stories might have been formed in childhood or through past experiences, but they don't have to define your future. To change your self-perception, start by challenging those limiting beliefs. If you think you're not worthy of success, ask yourself, why? Is there evidence to support this belief, or is it just a story you've been telling yourself? Replace those limiting thoughts with ones that empower you. Affirmations are a powerful tool here. Reprogram your mind with positive statements about your abilities, worth, and potential. With repetition, your self-perception will shift, and the world around you will reflect that change. Another powerful practice is visualization. Picture yourself as the person you want to be. What does that version of you look like, feel like, and do? The more you visualize yourself as confident, successful, and capable, the more your actions will align with that perception. When you see yourself as a winner, you start taking actions that support that identity. Your behavior will reflect the belief that you are deserving of success and happiness. Over time, this new self-perception will become ingrained, and you'll notice how your life begins to reflect the empowered version of yourself. It's not just about thinking you're capable, it's about acting like you are. In this process, it's important to recognize that self-perception is not just about feeling good. It's about seeing yourself as someone who is constantly growing and evolving. You may not be perfect, and that's okay. What matters is that you see yourself as someone who is capable of learning, improving, and achieving. The more you embrace this mindset, the more your actions will align with your desires. Your self-perception will evolve into one of empowerment, and the world will mirror that shift. But of course, this journey of self-empowerment isn't just about how you see yourself. It's also about how you manage your emotions. Emotions are the fuel that drives the creation process, and mastering them is key to shaping the reality you desire. So, let's explore how you can harness the power of your emotions. 6. Harnessing the power of emotions. Emotions are not just reactions to what's happening around you. They are powerful forces that drive the creation of your reality. They are the energy that fuels your thoughts and actions. When you feel excited, motivated, or inspired, those emotions push you to take positive actions toward your goals. On the other hand, when you're feeling fearful, anxious, or doubtful, those emotions create resistance and block your ability to move forward. The key is understanding that your emotions are within your control. By mastering your emotional state, you align your inner world with the outcomes you desire. It's not about suppressing negative emotions. It's about learning to process them and shift into a state that empowers you to create the life you want. One way to harness the power of your emotions is to become aware of them as they arise. When you're feeling fear or frustration, pause and ask yourself, what is this emotion telling me? Emotions often arise as signals from our subconscious mind. Fear might be warning you about potential danger, but it could also be a signal that you're about to step out of your comfort zone and into something new. Instead of letting fear control you, acknowledge it, and then choose to take a step forward anyway. Similarly, anger can often be a sign that something in your life needs to change. Rather than allowing these emotions to dictate your behavior, take the time to understand them, process them, and then choose an empowering response. By doing so, you turn emotions into powerful allies rather than obstacles. Another practice to harness emotional power is gratitude. Gratitude has the unique ability to shift your emotional state instantly. When you feel overwhelmed or discouraged, take a moment to focus on what you're grateful for. It could be something small, like the warmth of the sun or a kind gesture from someone. This simple shift in focus can instantly raise your vibration and align your emotions with positive energy. The more you cultivate a habit of gratitude, the easier it becomes to maintain a high emotional frequency, which in turn attracts more positive circumstances into your life. Remember, emotions are energy, and when you channel that energy toward positivity, you create a life that reflects that abundance. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean you won't experience negative feelings. It means you develop the skill to move through them without letting them define you. The more you practice emotional intelligence, the more power you have over your life. You begin to realize that you're not at the mercy of your emotions. You are the one who chooses how to respond to them. This emotional mastery will fuel your ability to create the reality you desire, as your emotions are the driving force behind every action you take. Now that you understand the power of emotions, the next step is to move from being reactive to proactive in how you respond to life's challenges. This shift in mindset is crucial for aligning your inner world with your dreams. Let's explore how to make that shift. 7. Shifting from reactive to proactive. Living reactively means letting life dictate your emotional state, your decisions, and your actions. When you're reactive, you're often at the mercy of external circumstances. If something goes wrong, you respond in a way that might not be in alignment with your goals. But when you shift from being reactive to proactive, you take control of your inner world. Instead of waiting for the outside world to change, you change the way you respond to it. This shift is incredibly empowering. It means you are no longer a victim of your circumstances, but rather you are in charge of how you interpret and react to everything that comes your way. And with this newfound power, you begin to shape your reality more intentionally. Being proactive starts with mastering your thoughts and emotions. Instead of letting negative emotions dictate your responses, you take a step back, breathe, and choose a more empowered reaction. For example, let's say you're faced with a difficult situation at work. Instead of reacting with frustration or anger, you pause and choose to respond with calm and clarity. This proactive approach not only helps you feel better, but it also ensures that your actions align with your long-term goals. A reactive person might get caught up in the drama, while a proactive person will look for solutions and take decisive action. By practicing this shift in mindset, you begin to align your energy with the outcomes you desire. A key aspect of being proactive is setting intentions. When you wake up each morning, take a moment to set your intention for the day. What kind of energy do you want to bring into the world? How do you want to respond to challenges? Setting clear intentions helps you remain in control of your emotional state and actions throughout the day. For example, you might set the intention to approach every situation with patience or to focus on finding solutions rather than dwelling on problems. By setting these intentions, you create a guiding force that keeps you aligned with your desired outcomes, no matter what life throws at you. The more you practice shifting from reactive to proactive, the more you'll see how much control you truly have over your life. Every situation, no matter how challenging, becomes an opportunity for you to choose your response. And as you do this, you'll find that your experiences start to match the proactive, empowered mindset you've developed. Life becomes less about reacting to external events and more about creating your own path. This shift opens the door to endless possibilities, and once you fully embrace it, you'll be ready to step into the next level of personal creation, one where you can truly begin to shape your reality with ease and purpose. If you want to elevate your vibrations and manifest with more ease, I have prepared something special for you. Click the link in the first pinned comment and join us in the journey of awakening your inner mage.